And now we want to do the face-off for the fight of the century. The fight is September between the two great fighters in our generation, Canelo Alvarez and Crawford.
The most explosive face-off in boxing just set the internet on fire. And this time, it's not just trash talk. With $150 million on the line and two of boxing's most feared champions going head-to-head, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are done playing nice. The build-up to their once-in-a-lifetime clash just took a dangerous turn. The wait is over.
Two greats in the last era. It's gonna be big.
What does it do to your two legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, you know, on Mount Rushmore.
After years of speculation, interviews, and what-ifs, the long-anticipated clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is officially happening on September 13th in Las Vegas, a date that may go down in boxing history. Even more unprecedented, the fight will stream globally on Netflix, marking one of the most ambitious sports media events in years, signaling a seismic shift in how fights are marketed and consumed.
I know I have two losses. A fighter never think about lose.
He's significantly bigger than anyone you fought before, and he's one of the all-time greats. You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it yet.
This isn't just a boxing match, and it's a global spectacle. It's co-promoted by a powerhouse trifecta: Dana White's TKO, Saudi Arabia's Turki Al Sheikh, and entertainment titan Sela, a subsidiary of the Saudi Public Investment Fund. This partnership, which merges the influence of the UFC, the financial muscle of Saudi Arabia, and a global streaming platform, reflects just how massive this showdown is. And the stakes?
We want to find out September 13th. That's why we are here, to see who's the best.
We're going to give the fans a show, for sure, because it don't take a big punch to knock somebody out.
Canelo Alvarez is reportedly guaranteed an eye-popping $150 million, not just as a payday, but as part of a jaw-dropping $400 million four-fight deal that began with his May victory over William Skull. Terence "Bud" Crawford, meanwhile, steps in as the challenger. But if he wins, he's not just walking away with the belts. He has a chance to become the first male boxer in history to become an undisputed champion in 3 separate weight divisions. This isn't just legacy, this is immortality.
There are people, as you know,
Yeah.
they think you're a drugs cheat. What do you say to them?
I don't really care.
Everything is riding on this one moment.
The fight hype kicks off with a 3-city promotional tour set to begin in Riyadh on June 20th, followed by stops in New York and Las Vegas. And if the first stop is anything to go by, it's about to get explosive. It didn't take long for things to boil over. During the first stop of the media tour in Riyadh, tensions erupted on stage in front of a roaring crowd and stunned media. The highly anticipated face-off between Canelo and Crawford descended into a verbal firefight, where mutual respect gave way to deep-rooted resentment. Terence Crawford, known for his calm but cutting demeanor, accused Canelo of ducking him for years, a claim that's been circulating in boxing circles ever since Crawford dismantled Errol Spence Jr. last year. He said bluntly, "You never wanted this fight. You waited till I was damn near 40, Canelo." Visibly annoyed, fired back, "You're not in my league. You don't belong at 168. His icy glare and clenched jaw said more than the words did. The tension was so thick that security had to step in before things escalated further. Even Dana White, no stranger to fight promotion drama, called it unreal tension. In his words, "I've seen intense face-offs, but this one's about to blow."
Tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing.
And it wasn't just trash talk. There was a clear sense of psychological warfare. Both men were sending warning shots not with their fists, but with body language, stares, and years of pent-up anticipation. It was the kind of moment where you realize this fight is personal. What sets this fight apart isn't just the money or the venue. It's the stakes. This isn't just about titles. This is about legacy.
Makes sense, maybe. I don't know right now. I just gonna enjoy this fight, and please let me enjoy this fight. And then and then you're gonna know what is next for sure.
Canelo Alvarez, with a 63-2-2 record and 39 knockouts, is already a future Hall of Famer. He's conquered multiple divisions, unified the super middleweight titles, and re-established himself as the king of 168 by defeating William Skull in May. But that win came with scrutiny. Many felt he looked slower, even hesitant, as he struggled to close the distance or land clean shots. The performance raised a question: has Canelo peaked? On the other hand, Terence Crawford is still undefeated at 41-0 with 31 knockouts and remains one of boxing's most cerebral and dangerous fighters. He's already achieved the rare feat of becoming an undisputed champion in 2 weight classes, super lightweight and welterweight, and is now moving up for a shot at a third. If he succeeds, it would make him the first male boxer in history to do so in the 4-belt era. But there's more at stake than belts. 37 years old, Crawford is gambling everything: his perfect record, his legacy, and possibly the last chapter of his career. One fan put it best: if Bud pulls this off, hey, he's not just the best of this era, he's the best to ever do it. With greatness comes risk, and for Crawford, the biggest question hanging over this fight isn't his skill, it's his size. Moving up to 168 pounds to face one of the most powerful and experienced fighters in that division is no small leap. Recent training footage of Crawford's shadowboxing has sparked debate. Observers noticed a visibly bulkier frame, with Bud showcasing his signature jab, sharp combos, and footwork. Some fans were impressed, claiming, "He looks like he added power without losing speed." One supporter tweeted, "He's sharper than ever. The man's a machine." But others weren't convinced. Critics pointed out a noticeable drop in speed, saying he looked slower, heavier, and even aging. One viral comment read, "Bud looks like he's 40. This could be bad." Meanwhile, insiders estimate that Canelo may rehydrate to nearly 200 pounds on fight night, a massive advantage in physicality. His naturally compact, explosive frame has crushed fighters in this weight class for years. Bud might be skilled, but can he absorb the power and last 12 rounds under pressure? Still, Crawford remains unfazed. In a recent interview, he said, "I'm the type of guy who figures people out. I don't need to worry about the weight. I know I'm going to feel great." He's betting that his boxing IQ, adaptability, and grit will outweigh Canelo's physical edge. But make no mistake, this is the biggest physical and mental test of Crawford's career. Canelo Alvarez may be cashing record-breaking checks, but there's more on the line than just prize money. His showdown with Terence Crawford is the second fight in a $400 million 4-fight mega deal with the Saudi government-backed entertainment initiative. The terms? Fight 4 times across 2025 and 2026, starting with William Skull, then Crawford, and 2 yet-to-be-named opponents. Canelo made $80 million just for dismantling Skull, a fight that, despite the win, raised questions about his ability to dominate like he once did. But the Crawford bout? That's worth an estimated $150 million alone, a staggering figure that puts him among the highest-paid athletes in sports history for a single night of work. But here's where it gets tricky. While the money is guaranteed, his leverage isn't. If Canelo loses, especially in front of a global Netflix audience and against a smaller, older fighter, it could destabilize the entire long-term deal. Sponsors could cool, public confidence might waver, and the perception of invincibility, the mystique that makes Canelo a pay-per-view juggernaut, could be shattered overnight. This isn't just a championship defense, it's a business empire on the line. As boxing commentator Ray Jackson put it on X, "This ain't just a fight, it's a hostile takeover. Canelo's team knows it, Crawford knows it, and every punch thrown on September 13th will echo far beyond the ring. When legends of the sport are split, you know you've got a once-in-a-generation fight." The Canelo versus Crawford debate has sparked heated takes from some of boxing's most respected voices, and the lines have been drawn. Shakur Stevenson, one of the sport's most technical fighters today, isn't hiding where he stands. Bud's going to cook Canelo. He cites Crawford's timing, footwork, and boxing IQ as the keys to dismantling Canelo's more methodical approach.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
But Andre Ward, undefeated and widely respected for his own pound-for-pound reign, brought more nuance. Big weight jump, dangerous fight, but I'm not betting against Crawford. Someone's got to show me they can break that man's will.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov.
Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy who once promoted Canelo, added a dramatic twist. If Crawford pulls this off, give him the greatest ever crown. Yet even he admits the size and power difference makes this a borderline impossible task.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, you know, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch, he's got good crack, he can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw, he can fight at mid-range, close range, outside, and he can fight going both ways, so.
Caleb Plant, who shared the ring with Canelo and felt the full force of his power, gave perhaps the most thoughtful insight. Crawford is special, mentally, physically, spiritually, but there's weight classes for a reason. Still, you can't count Bud out. These aren't hype men. They're insiders, champions, tacticians, and even they can't agree that's how razor-thin the margins are. This fight is too big for easy predictions, and that's exactly what makes it unmissable. One of the most dangerous things about Terence Crawford isn't his power or speed, it's his brain. He's known as one of the most intelligent in-ring analysts the sport has ever seen. And as fight night draws near, it's clear he's playing chess while others play checkers. In multiple interviews, Crawford has emphasized that his greatest strength isn't what he throws, well, it's how he adapts. I figure out every fighter I face. That's my gift, he said. That statement isn't arrogance. It's backed by 41 straight wins and 31 knockouts, many of which came after mid-fight adjustments. Against Canelo, Crawford plans to lean into those instincts. Observers say he's studying Canelo's habits, the flat-footed pressure, the counterpunch timing, the way he slows down after 6 rounds. The goal? Draw him in, frustrate him, and pick him apart.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2.
Critics have raised questions about Bud's move to 168, but he's already silenced some of those with his training footage. Sharp combinations, explosive pivots, a jab that's faster than most lightweights. And when asked about the weight jump, he didn't flinch. I don't need to worry about the weight. I know I'm going to feel great. This isn't just preparation, it's psychological warfare. Crawford wants Canelo thinking, hesitating, doubting. Because once Canelo starts questioning himself, the advantage is already shifting. Let's pause for a second and imagine the unthinkable. Crawford gets the win. It won't just be a win, it will be a rewriting of history. No male fighter has ever become undisputed in 3 different weight classes. Not in the 4-belt era, not even close. Crawford would break the system and set a new standard for greatness, but it goes even further than records. If the smaller, older, supposedly outmatched Crawford beats the face of boxing, it calls into question everything we thought we knew about size, power, and age in combat sports. It would shift the conversation from, is Crawford the best of this era, to is he the best ever? It would also throw the boxing business into chaos. Promoters, networks, and fighters would scramble to reassess their strategies. The idea that the smart, tactical underdog can leap weight classes and dominate would breathe new life into aging divisions and crossover super fights. And for fans, it would be a moment they'd never forget. One of those I was watching when nights that gets replayed for decades.
You're 100% certain you're going to win. Do you believe you're going to win?
I believe 100% I'm going to win.
100%?
100%.
Could you kill me with your bare hands?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
You going to sleep.
On September 13th, two living legends will walk into the ring under the bright lights of Las Vegas with the eyes of the world locked on Netflix. One, a Mexican icon with generational wealth and pressure on his shoulders. The other, a surgical assassin from Omaha with legacy in his sights and nothing to lose. The money is staggering, the stakes are historic, and the story, it's perfect. This isn't just a fight, it's a war for greatness. And when the bell rings, someone's legacy ends. Let us know in the comments. All right, guys. For the best updates on boxing news, moments, events, and actions, subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications to never miss out on quality content. And check out our other videos. Until next time, peace out.